Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to my channel. That is your Physics Wali Madam. Yes. So, if you have watched my previous videos, please comment in my video and you ask any questions you want. Okay. So, if you are new to my channel, first please watch my previous chapters. Then you can start with the second chapter. Okay. So let us start with the second chapter, that is we are going to see the graphical representations, a very important topic in the motion in straight line, right? Okay, let us begin. So here we are talking about position time graph. So that is, let us consider a body moving along a straight line. X-axis is along x-axis it represents the time, and y-axis it represents the position. So x coordinate is represented by the y coordinate is represented by the position, and the x coordinate is represented by the time. Okay, so now let us see some of the position time graphs. So here, one by one, I am going to explain. So here, the along x-axis, it will have time, and along y-axis, there is a position x. So similarly, for all the graphs, let us represent t and t versus x. So here we have taken 4 graphs. The first graph is the body moving, which is moving parallel to the time. So that means the body is moving with uniform velocity. That is known as the the position is parallel to the time axis. So here the first graph represents the body traveling with uniform velocity, and the acceleration is 0. So it is moving uniformly, okay, with the elapse of time. So for example, the motion of the fan moves. If you regulate the fan in a certain speed, set a speed of the fan, it will be moving throughout in that with that speed itself. So that is a position time graph. And the motion of the electrons around the nucleus. Okay, so such particles are known as is known where the velocity remains constant, represents the first graph. So second graph, you can see here the body is moving from the rest, that is 0, origin, moves through the origin, and it is increasing constantly. So such graph have uniform velocity, have uniform positive acceleration, and the velocity is uniform velocity. Now if you take the slope anywhere on this scale, on this line, you will see that the velocity will be constant. And coming to the third one, here you can see the velocity is increasing, but it is increasing variably. It is not uniform. So such a graph, the body is moving with the initial velocity and it has a positive acceleration. Then the fourth graph, you can see here, the body is moving with a decreasing velocity. So that is the fourth graph. Let us go to the next slide. Here I have written, take a notebook and pen, and I have given the description of the graphs. So the first graph represents for an object at rest. The position of the time graph is a straight line parallel to the x-axis as shown in the figure. Second is the object moving with uniform velocity. The position time graph is a straight line. Okay, and for an object moving with increasing velocity, it is called positive acceleration. In the fourth graph represents the object moving with decreasing velocity. So that is from at a certain height, if the body is thrown downwards, it will have the decreasing velocity. Okay, so let us now go to the next slide. So now coming to the next type of graph, that is velocity time graph. So here along y-axis we will take velocity, and along x-axis we are going to take the time. Hence it is known as the velocity time graph. I hope you are understanding. So take a book and pen and please note down. So in all the graphs, along the y-axis there will be velocity, and along the x-axis there will be time. Hence it is known as a velocity time graph. Okay, so there are 7 graphs here. So the first graph represents the velocity time graph for a body traveling with uniform velocity. It has zero acceleration, hence it has a straight line parallel to the time axis. Okay, then next is the velocity of a body which is uniformly increasing. It has a positive acceleration. That gives a straight line, inclined line, increasing line from the origin. And the third graph moves with a certain initial velocity u, and it has a increasing acceleration. It is having uniformly positive increasing acceleration. Here also it has positive acceleration, but the initial velocity is 0 here. Okay, and the fourth graph, the body is moving with a decreasing acceleration. Okay, it moves with a decreasing acceleration. So it has a negative acceleration. Decreasing acceleration is also known as the negative acceleration or deceleration. So why I am taking this acceleration here, because if you draw a slope here, v by t gives the acceleration. So the slope of or the tangent gives v by t. So that is acceleration. And the fifth one is the variably increasing acceleration graph. So here the body moves with the different velocities with respect to time. The slope of this curve gives variable acceleration. It is increasing acceleration, but it is variable acceleration. And in the sixth graph, you can see here the body is having decreasing acceleration, or the body deaccelerates. And another one, last one, here the body is moving with first it moves with a decreasing velocity, and again vertically upwards it is thrown, hence it has a increasing velocity. And a body thrown vertically upwards moves under gravity. Hence this graph shows such type of motion of the body. Okay, so here another note we can see from this type of graph is the area under the curve represents the body during the given interval of time, and the slope of the graph always gives the acceleration. Okay, so two things you have to remember here for this type of graph. Then let us go to the next slide. So here, let us see the explanation for these graphs. For the first graph, that is the first figure, the velocity time graph for a body traveling with uniform velocity is a straight line parallel to the x-axis or the time axis. Here acceleration will be 0. And here the body starts from rest and moving with uniform positive acceleration. The VT graph is shown in the figure 2. The figure 3, it shows a body starting with an initial velocity and moving with uniform positive acceleration. And in fourth, a body is moving with uniform negative acceleration, and it is shown by the VT graph as in the figure 4. Then let us go to the next slide. The fifth graph shows the body moving with increasing acceleration. The sixth graph shows the body moving with decreasing acceleration. Seventh graph shows a body thrown vertically upwards against the gravity. So these are the explanation of the graph in brief. So what I have told, the curve under that gives the displacement of the body during a given time interval, and the slope of it gives the acceleration of the body. So hope you have understood. Have a nice day. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel, that is Physics Valley Madam. So my channel name is Physics Valley Madam. Please subscribe. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Thank you. Bye-bye.